Hi everyone, welcome to You Thought You Knew YouTube, a 3-hour course through the Niagara Orleans BOCES Teacher Center. Hopefully all of you are comfy while you're watching this. We're going to be clicking around on a couple of different screens here and going over some of the features of YouTube. My name is Matt Marigli. I'm a technology integrator at Starpoint Central Schools. Taught in the social studies classroom for 18 years before last year becoming a technology integrator and working with teachers on various aspects of Google Apps for Education and some other web-based tools. So we're going to take a look at YouTube tonight. If you're taking a peek at your assignment page, this was the first part, watching the video, and hopefully while I'm describing some things in YouTube, will help you begin to do the two things that are left after you watch the video. So let's jump right into it. Let's take a look at some facts about YouTube in general. One of the first things that I get asked sometimes is, what exactly is YouTube? YouTube is classified as a video sharing website. It makes it ridiculously easy to watch things online, and now it's becoming even more easy, more and more easy to create and upload your own videos to share with other people. And initially when YouTube started, that was something that was only kind of with a select few, but now with the age of Chromebooks and laptops and tablets and phones that all have their own videos, it's not, or cameras and video taking technology, it's not hard to upload things onto YouTube and create pretty much your own video library online. Here's some facts about YouTube in terms of how often, I guess, what people watch when they're on YouTube. We'll start with the right here. These are the top 10 most viewed YouTube videos as of this past January. YouTube Press Center actually keeps track of these things. Notice they're all music videos, and they have billions of views. I'm sure this list has changed quite a bit, and I have a link on this presentation you can see to the most viewed non-music video that exists out there. I have also listed on here, if you want to take a second to watch it, the origin story of YouTube, where it came from. It comes from the National Geographic Channel. Has a really good video on how YouTube began, and a little bit about the first YouTube video that was uploaded onto YouTube.com called Me at the Zoo way back in April of 2005. Some other facts there. You can see that 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. The average person spends 15 minutes on YouTube each day. A lot of us spend a lot longer on YouTube. YouTube by itself, just YouTube.com by itself, uses the same amount of space or bandwidth on the internet as the entire internet did in the year 2000, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. And YouTube reaches more U.S. adults ages 18 to 34 than any cable network that's on TV to this day. So those age groups are becoming a YouTube generation, where they're basically watching and getting their news and sports and everything else on YouTube rather than on their televisions. Hence a lot of reasons why people stream YouTube on their TVs and tablets rather than pay for cable and tune into cable shows. You have to live about 1,700 years to watch all the videos on YouTube now. There's a lot of them. About 7 in every 10 Americans are YouTube users. So 70% of YouTube users are American. The other 30% come from other parts of the world. The last fact here is pretty staggering, that children ages 8 to 17 are more likely to watch YouTube to learn than to ask an adult or a teacher. So when they want to learn something, they have a question, YouTube becomes kind of the de facto teacher. It's kind of a scary thought to think of, but it is a thought that's true. So what does this mean for us as teachers? Well, it means that we have a source. Not a source just the kids have, but that we have the source as well that infinitely extends their learning. Basically, teachers can learn infinitely, and students. And I kind of wrote that sentence that way to kind of make you think about that. YouTube can take students where we can't. The example of the video I have there, when you get a copy of this presentation, you'll be looking at it. Take a look at this video about Felix Baumgartner's supersonic freefall. That's not a place that most teachers can take their kids. but YouTube can take us there right inside the classroom. And we have to realize that we're no longer the sole giver of content in our classrooms. And it doesn't matter if it's math, or science, or social studies, or foreign language, or art, whatever it is, music. The students can learn anything they want to, anytime they want to, and YouTube is a source for this. So with all of that being said, let's get into a little bit of YouTube 101. In this case, let's take a look at some of the vocabulary in YouTube. So I'm going to be flipping back and forth between YouTube itself and this presentation. So here's some language or some vocabulary that describes YouTube. So first off, subscribe. So let's take a look at YouTube itself and go into the subscribe button. Whenever we watch a video on YouTube, any kind of video on YouTube, so let's just pick one here. It's called Twitter in the classroom here. I'm going to pause this. Whenever we watch a video on YouTube and we scroll down a little bit, there's this subscribe button that's listed here, okay? And it's no different than subscribing to a magazine subscription or subscribing to the newspaper or any kind of cable network. All subscribe is you're subscribing to the group or person that put the video up, and that will add to your list of subscriptions on your own page. And you can see there's these three little lines over here. We'll get to those and you'll see where these subscriptions show up. So basically subscribe means just to, become part of or list the channel in your listing so that you can see the things that are on there. So it's just like subscribing to a magazine or a TV show or a cable program or anything. It's just going to put those videos in a category and you'll be able to get to them quicker if you like the content that the provider is putting up. So it's the same as subscribing to a magazine. Channel. Channel is a little bit different than subscribe. When you are subscribing to a channel. So in this case, CNN has a channel. So if I'm going to click on this, how to use Twitter in the classroom, you can see that down towards the bottom, this Danny Cora Sloan has her own channel. So when I subscribe, I'm subscribing to her channel, the channel that she has for YouTube, in this case, technology specialist videos that she puts up for teachers and other people to see. So subscription is we're picking a channel that we like, and channel is the actual person or thing that is listing the videos that are on there. So we got something really big called subscribe, how we get to these channels. The channels are actually listings of the videos that people put up. And then within those listings, we have sub-listings called playlists. So I'm going to look at this lady's page, and you can see I'm on her channel now, okay? And in the channel here, she has these uploads, but she also has playlists, specific lists of videos within her channel that allow us to see maybe things that are a little more targeted. So she has a playlist called Homework Help. So when I click on this, I'm able to look at this Homework Help playlist and look at these here. It's not much different than what you'd have on your iPhone with your music. You might have a ton of different music from a ton of artists from maybe their channels, but within your own iPhone, you can group those artists and those songs to a playlist that maybe you use when you work out or when you fall asleep or when you're studying. So that's what playlists are, just kind of a subgroup that's under a channel. Creator Studio and Video Manager are kind of a different classification here. These are places in YouTube where we can create content, and the Video Manager is where we manage content. So let's go to that real quick. I'm going to go over to this side right over here, and I'm going to go into my channel, and I'm going to find this Video Manager right here. When I click on that Video Manager in my own channel, notice these things change, and I am in something called the Creator Studio. And the Creator Studio is this place where we can start to manipulate the content that's on YouTube. So this is my dashboard. It shows me I got some analytics, what things that are new, if I want a custom URL. There's a lot here. I'm not going to go through all of it, but it allows me to edit videos that I've posted. And then I can get into my Video Manager, which is the next biggest piece to it. This lists all the videos that I've uploaded, and I can edit these things and change them around. I can add music to them. I can enhance it. I can add annotations. I can add subtitles to it if I'd like. I have basic information that I can put in there. We're going to look at some of those things. But that's basically what the Creator Studio and the Video Manager is. There's more here. There's live streaming, community, my own channel. There's analytics. I wanted to stick to those two because those are the ones you'll most likely be using and looking at in terms of vocabulary here. So again, subscribe, that is us, I guess, subscribing or making ourselves kind of looking at the channel that we like. The channel itself is the CNN, or the one teacher that I showed you, the person who's uploading the content owns that channel. Playlists are these subgroups that a person who owns a channel can put together. And then there's kind of a dividing line that goes right around the kind of these two right here, the creator studio and the video manager, and that's where we create content and upload it. Okay, so that's some of the YouTube language, basic YouTube language. So these are tasks that hopefully you'll try with me as I'm doing these. I'm going to try to stay on these as much as I can, because you can get off track really easy, as I probably already have, because there's a lot to YouTube, a lot. But let's start with this first one here, the search, the subtitles, the settings, and the video screen, the part that we're most used to when we're looking at YouTube. So I'm just going to go to the start of my YouTube page here, and I'm going to pick, let's pick Jerry Seinfeld's Last Time on Letterman here. Not necessarily an educational video, but let's put it there. So I'm watching this video here that's on my laptop, and I'm sharing my screen with you, and you can see it. The first thing you might notice for me, because I'm from StarPoint, is there's this blue bar. I'm in my StarPoint account. There's my face up there. So you can see that it's my StarPoint account. And I have a blue bar here. If your school subscribes to YouTube, they probably have it in restricted mode, which allows staff members to approve or remove videos that are that the students, we want the students to see, maybe in Google Classroom, or maybe we want them to see them on their own computers, and we give them a link. If I approve this, it allows people in the starpointcsd.org domain to watch it on YouTube, and only those videos. If I come across something that I don't think should be up there, or only want it up there for a little bit, I can remove it. So that's specific to schools. If you're in your regular, on your regular computer and your regular email account, you probably won't see that. But within this, there's some things in this this basic screen, the search part, subtitle, settings, and the video screen. So let's take a look at the search bar. This is something we're really familiar with. We can search for any kind of video we want, education, all kinds of stuff. So let's, type in that. We can look in for, educational videos for toddlers. I can search for it. I get a listing. I can pick one, and it pops up. Okay. Pause that right there. So here's an educational video on the best of toddler fun learning and learning videos for toddlers. There is the channel, Toddler for Fun, with a little description. It shows you how many subscribers they have, and I can subscribe to it simply by just clicking on this red subscribe button. But in the video screen itself, there are some tools that we can use. There is a full screen tool that makes it full screen. There is a play on TV, and I'm at home when I'm doing this, so I have this Google Cast. You might not have that on yours, but this allows me to play this video up on my TV. There's a theater mode, which kind of gives you just this kind of top bar and pushes all those side videos down to the bottom. And then I have some settings. Now I have the HD button up there. You might not have that on your computer. These settings allow me to turn on and off autoplay. Over here does as well. Autoplay meaning once this video finishes, the next video that's in succession will come up and play automatically. So this is one I always tell people probably want turned off. Annotations, these are the little boxes that people can type in information while they're uploading their video to help you while you're watching a video. I like to leave those on in case anybody wants to tell me anything. I can turn them off anytime I want. I can control the speed of the video, and I control the quality of the video, which is kind of nice. I can get it to HD if it's allowed. I have mine on auto so that if it is in HD, I'm going to get the best quality possible. The other thing on some of these, you will see a closed captions. You might see a CC here. This one doesn't have it. Let's go to one maybe that does. Let me go back to my original page here instead of David Letterman. Let's go to my YouTube page here. I'm going to click on, let's see. Better, perfect. Let's go to this one right here. You can see when I put this one up here, there is a CC there. Now this is great for students with disabilities that can't maybe see the screen, or maybe they're deaf and they need those subtitles because they don't hear so well. So if I click on that, all the closed captions come up. So when I hit play, it's going to go across the bottom and I'm able to see it. And I can turn those off pretty simply just like that. So those are nice to have, those things right here. Okay, go back to my list here. A few other settings that are on here. If you scroll down a little bit, there's a couple more here. The share button's down here. If I go full screen with this video, the share button comes up here, and this will allow me to get that YouTube URL to share, put as a link, and I can share it to a few other places here as well. And by clicking on more, it goes back away. Okay, so that's kind of nice. Another way when I go full screen to get out of it is just simply to hit the escape button, and I can get out of it pretty simple. And if you didn't know, over here, here's the play button. This allows me to bounce to the next video. I can control my volume right here, which on your iPhone is changed. And now it seems to be a bar at the top of the video now, and this shows me the time. Also down here, I can add this. As you'll see when we start talking about playlists, there's the share button that was in the full screen mode. And under more, I can report the video if I don't like it. Some videos, which is kind of nice for some kids, if I hit transcript, I have a time transcript of what's being said in the video. If the person who uploaded allows that, that's kind of a neat little thing. If I scroll down a little bit further in here, you can see there are comments here. Okay. Most of the time I tell teachers when they post content to turn their comments off, because some of the weirdest things ever written in the history of the world are written in the comments box. And then here's a little brief description of what's here. If I hit show more, there's a lot of things on here. In this case, because it's educational, there's, you know, some links, some references, it's copyrighted. There's the category of it and what kind of license it has when it's shown. Most of us don't look at those things. Again, you thought you knew YouTube, probably didn't know that the under more there was a possible transcript. And if they enable it, I can look at the video statistics, when it was put up and how many times it was watched and shared and things like that. So there's a lot of information there as well. Get rid of my blue bar here. But another thing that's part of YouTube here in these subtitles and these settings and then the video screen is the second part here, starting a video where we want. So if I right click on anywhere on the screen, okay, I get all this menu coming up, all these menus coming up, okay. I got to click in the right spot here. I can copy the video URL. I can copy the video URL at a current time. I can use an embed code. For those of you who know how to embed videos into things, you can do that. You can embed it into your web pages and things like that so that they'll play. I can loop the video, which allows it to just keep playing over and over again, especially if it's something that I want to just play over and over again. Maybe I'm in an open house. I just want something to play in the background. If there's any issues, and there's my favorite one, Stats for Nerds, gives you some stats on the video itself. But let's look at the copy the URL at a certain time. So let's say I got to 112, and I thought that's the spot I really wanted because I was looking at the transcript down here. So I really want to see in the transcript of 112. Maybe there's something at 112 that I want them to see, and they don't need to hear the stuff before that. So I'm going to copy this URL right there. Okay, it's going to give me that copy. I'm going to make a new tab up here. I'm going to paste it in there, hit enter. And now notice that video is going to start now right at 112 when I show it. That's kind of neat to save someone time when they're looking at something. Another little unknown fact about YouTube there. Auto-playing videos, I mentioned this before. There's an autoplay button there, and it's also in our settings. To show you what autoplay looks like when it's on, if I click this on, and I'm going to take the video all the way to its end. I'm going to let it play here towards the end, and you'll see what autoplay looks like. With autoplay on, this next one is about ready to start. Okay, I have autoplay paused right now on my little settings here. You can see I have it on. Turn it on. It's going to automatically play. Keep going. I have it paused for some reason. Let me get to the end here. See if it works again. Got to be flexible with this technology, and looks like it's paused, so it takes a while for it to come back. But this, you would see a bar that goes around this circle, round and round. I like to have it exactly the way it is right now, where I'm going to tell it to play. I don't want anything to play without my permission. So we want to keep those off. I'm going to turn that off and leave it off there. You can see the difference. I have all these tiles that come up here. Okay. Be careful of these tiles when you're actually playing videos in class, because these tiles can have some things. And maybe I think when I was playing Letterman, there's a couple things over on the right that maybe you wouldn't want your students to see. I'm going to show you how to use some websites in a minute that will get rid of a lot of this stuff. So that's starting a video where we want. That's autoplays. Let's take a look at playlists. So I'm going to show you my 3 lines, playlists and some settings, and how to share playlists if you get a good group of videos here. So notice I'm logged in. If you have a Google Apps for Education account and you're logged into YouTube, you can really do some cool stuff. So over here, I'm going to go to my home. This is my spot. Let's say, okay, I find a video that I like. So let's say I really like this using Twitter in the classroom. So I'm going to click on that. Pause it for a minute. But I want to add this to my playlist. You can see I have a little button down here called Add To. So I have a few playlists that I've created. Watch Later, My School World Instructions, Soccer, Personal, and Mustangs for a team that I've taught. Let's say I wanted to create a playlist that dealt with Twitter. I hit Create Playlists. Twitter. I can make my playlist unlisted if I don't want anyone to see it. Notice my personal one is unlisted and the team page I had was unlisted. I can make it private, where I can only share it with people I choose to, or I can make it public. Let's make this public because I don't care if people see it. I'll hit Create. So now I've added this to the playlist Twitter. So when I go over here into my channel, and I click on that, I have a bunch of playlists here, and there's my Twitter playlist. So now every time I search for a video, Twitter for teachers, I search for that, and I find something maybe I want to watch. Here's a tutorial for teachers from a year ago. Let's say I watched it and I like it. You can go over here and I can add those 3 little dots right there. And notice when I'm clicking on the video, it's there as well. When I'm on my main page, if it ever gets there, it's also over here too. They're kind of hidden. So making YouTube work better. Let's say I want to save that for something. Click on that. I can say I'm not interested, which gets rid of it. That's what those 3 dots do on the main page. I can tell I'm not interested. I don't want this. Let's say I don't want Key and Peele on my education page. I can hit not interested and it takes it away. But I click on it. There's 3 dots. Okay. I can find those. A little add to. This has already been added to Twitter. Kind of goof myself up here. So let's find this one here. Click on that. Let me pause that. I'm going to add this to my playlist on. Looks like I already have it added because I'm subscribed to this person. So, there's the trick. So let's find Smartboard lessons and see what comes up there. Try adding to something else. Hit add to. It's giving me a problem now for some reason. Let's see here. I get my add to. Oh, I got to approve it first. There you go. Once I approve it, now I can add it to my list probably. No, it's not letting me. I wonder why. Probably got a million videos open here. Anyways, I'm glad it worked the first time so you could see what it is, how easy it is to add things to YouTube. So I'm going to go back to YouTube here and look back at my channel. And again, there's my playlist when it did work. And there it is. It's part of it. It's kind of nice. But the other part of playlist, so now I have this Twitter playlist and I want someone to see. Maybe I had 15 videos here. I have an actual specific playlist that I want to show you for School World website. So I have about 7 or 8 videos that I've created here. And I can share this playlist with everybody. So I'm going to hit the playlist settings here. These are my settings. My playlist is public right now, and I order them manually. I want to put them in order. I want to allow people to put them in their web pages if they want. I can take those away. I can add rules for videos to be automatically added to the playlist. I want to leave that alone. If I want to collaborate with someone else with this playlist, then they can add videos and I can add them at the same time. If I turn this on, I can get the link and just give them that. I'm going to leave that off for right now. But I go back into basic, and these are my basic playlist settings. So I'm going to make sure they're okay. Let me cancel out of that. But if I want to share this playlist, it's a simple URL. Okay. I can click right here if I want them to allow to do it. I can embed my playlist actually into my web page. I can email my playlist to people that need it. So it's really easy to share a bunch of videos that we have together for any reason at all. Maybe for curriculum development, maybe for students, for them to watch, maybe for parents, for them to be able to see some things. So if we find a bunch of good videos, like say on internet safety, we create a playlist, we can share that playlist via a link to our parents via email, and they can take a look at those things that we want them to see, which is kind of neat. and I can add videos right from my playlist as simply as just any ad, and I can do a video search right in the playlist itself, which is kind of very nice. A lot more to YouTube than you think. Why teachers should use Twitter. Let's say I like that one. I click it. I'm going to add it, and I can add that video right to here. Okay. If I want to get rid of it, I can just simply exit out, and it's gone. So it's pretty easy to mess with. And there's even more clicks. Move to the top, move to the bottom, edit notes, set as a playlist thumbnail. I mean, I can do a lot of things with this, but I don't want to get too crazy here. So since this is School World Instructions, this I named it, I can actually add a description to this channel as well, or help with setting up your School World page. Done. Now when people go to subscribe to that, or I mean go to look at that list, that's a little thing that goes with it. You can see a little description. Okay. So got your 3 lines. When you're in YouTube, you got these 3 lines over here, and when you click on those, if you're logged into YouTube, these 3 lines will go away or come back. There's your home that gives you suggested videos and videos that you might want to see. You have your channel. You're on my own personal channel. You can see I have videos that I put up here. I can take a look at things that are trending, what's popular. These are all my subscriptions, channels that I've subscribed to. They're also down here on the side, as you can see. Channels that I've subscribed to. I have a bunch of them that I can look through. Any history, what I've looked at. My watch laters, things maybe I saved to watch later. Notice when we were in a video, let me go to home, click on something and show you what that watch later. Let's say I wanted to watch that Rick Generette. Did you see it come up? It was quick, but you really have to watch it. See that right there? Maybe I see something, I don't have time to watch it. I'm going to put it in my watch later pile. It's also in, when I'm in full screen, it's also right up there for me to click on. So I can watch it later when I want to see it, which is kind of a neat little thing. All right, so let's take a look at some tools for editing what kids see. Full screen mode is important, but even in full screen mode at the end, we might see some things in the YouTube side channel and the boxes that we don't want to see. But there are some places that you can go to that will chop up the videos for you. So let's say, let's go to an educational video here. Let's say this webinar from Eric Kurtz is not something that I need everybody to see. So I'm going to go to TubeChop. Hopefully it's working tonight. And I'm going to put this URL in there. Copy it. Paste it in here. I'm going to hit chop it. But what's nice is here's the video. I'm going to pause it, and I can chop this video using this wherever I want. Okay, I can type in the start, and then when I get it to the spot where I want it, okay, I can chop it. Hit chop it. Now that video, when I have an embed code, only is going to show that piece that I chopped up from the beginning to the end. And notice there's not a lot of junk on the side, and I can embed code. I have a, I can link it very simply, but this is something I can show, and I can go right into my full screen mode here. I'm trying to see if there is, there might not be. But they showed me link 2620 of 6338, and I chopped it 2 hours ago. So it's kind of nice, okay? And I got a little link up here that I can share very easily. So that allows me to chop up the videos that I find. But let's try another one. Let's look at View Pure. If I want to show a video in class, but I really don't want all the stuff that comes with it, I can put in this video right there. Purify. And now I'm seeing that video with all the other garbage that's on the right and the left, and I can play it right from here. And this is a neat little spot to play it when we're actually showing it in class. It doesn't have all the other stuff that comes with it. So View Pure is kind of nice. Okay. One that's a little more kind of advanced. And again, this little idea that I put here, you can create a doc, a Google Doc that has these links from TubeChop and View Pure that you share with your kids, so they're just watching those parts. The other part that's kind of neat, rather new, a lot of teachers are using is something called EdPuzzle, which allows you to and I'm not going to get too much into EdPuzzle because I want you to try it if you get a chance. It allows you to pick YouTube videos and assign them to kids, and even add, I guess we should say, assignments with them. So I'm going to log in from Google and allow them to see my account here. See, it remembers here. Okay. What do I teach? I am in general education. Here's my school's name. I'm taking it through this really fast. I have an account, but I'm not using that one there. Let's see if it remembers anything, if a start point comes up at all. There it is. Let's hit this one here. Okay. Hit join. You can see I've used things here. I use this oversharing this digital citizenship. Okay. I was playing around with this. I can add videos to my teacher toolbox class. I can even import assignments from Google Classroom. Now EdPuzzle works with Google Classroom. So notice what comes with EdPuzzle: YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, the TED Talks. This is a new one that I haven't seen before. Numberphile, Crash Course. Crash Course is one of my favorite ones. Didn't know they were on there. So let's say I want to use this video that's already created. I can create my own, okay? I can chop this video and do a lot of things with this video while he's talking, and I can crop it. I can add an audio track to it. I can add audio notes to it. I can even add quizzes with the video, and it's going to teach me how to do it, which is kind of neat right within it. And I know a lot of teachers that use this. Again, I don't want to get into this too much because this is not a course on EdPuzzle, but it's really, really a neat little thing. If you get a chance to mess with it, give it a shot. It's a cool thing, probably one of the best integrated websites for using YouTube in the classroom. All right, we're doing all right so far. Let's get over to the other side of the page and start taking a look at creating and uploading video content. YouTube makes it a lot easier than it's ever been for doing that. Any video that we currently have, okay? So let's go to back to our home page there. Any content that we currently have in our My Channel, if I go into my video manager, okay, I can upload from there. I can upload right from my home page just by hitting this upload button that's going to be always staying up here up in the corner that YouTube has been putting there for the last little bit. And I literally just select a file to upload. I don't know if I have any videos or anything that I can upload here. I do. I don't, not on this laptop. But I would simply just select those and put them here. I can drag and drop them. I can do a lot of things. I can plug in my phone to the laptop and get them from there. I can plug my tablet, my camera, put them on a flash drive. There's a lot of ways to get them up there, okay? Once they're there, I'm going to go back into the video manager here. Clicked on the wrong thing there. Once they are there, I'm in my video manager. Let's take a look at one. Let's take a look at this one called vertical text in a Google Doc. So it would upload here, it would be here, and I can now edit this. When I click on this, it will take me to that video if I want to watch it, but it also will allow me to edit it. So when I click on edit, it's going to take me to my Creator Studio. And now I can do some things to this. So notice on the side, it tells me when it was made, how long it is. I got a video URL for it. I can actually create the thumbnail that I want to show, taking a picture and putting it in there if I want. I can pick one of these as a thumbnail. The thumbnail is this part that's in behind here. I can do things to the video. In enhancements, I can fill the lights. I can change the color temperature. I can put it in slow motion. I can trim it. There's a lot of things I can do to it. I can put some filters to it to make it look better or worse. I can do some blurring effects. So there's a lot of video editing tools that are in here, okay? I'm going to revert to the original because I don't want to mess it up. And it gives me a little preview window and gives me the original window, which is nice. I can add audio to it. Beware, if you have music playing in it that's copyrighted music from iTunes or from an artist, your video might be flagged. Sometimes people get away with it by putting comments in the bottom. This is for educational purposes only, and sometimes YouTube will leave it up there. Unless you have permission from the actual people that made the music, it's very difficult to put in there. Because of that, what YouTube has done is put some tracks here for you. They're not necessarily the best ones, but let's search out, I don't know. That's probably a good thing to search out, but if I search out Lady Gaga, I doubt it will show up. Let's see here if we got any, if we have any luck. Probably not. Notice nothing was there. But I can look at the top tracks. I can pick, let's say I want to pick, hip hop or rap one. There's a few that are there. I want to pick classical one. There are a few that are there. And this will allow me to put that song, when I select it, over top of my video. I don't know if you can hear that or not, which is kind of neat. I can put those in there. And then I can save it as a new video, or I can just save it the way it is. Notice it tells me why edits or process users will continue to see the current version. So I'm going to hit save. It's going to take a little bit to process it before it pops it up there. Okay. So you can see that the edit's in progress here at this. Okay. I'm going to go into the edit pane again. I can also do cards. Okay. These are these kind of annotations and things that I can add to this. So I can promote, if you ever watched a video and saw someone else's playlist pop up, or a channel pop up, or a donation pop up, or a poll pop up, or a link pop up, that's where they are putting them in. If I click on annotations here, I can add annotations to the video as it plays. So I can pause it here. I can add an annotation. Let me call it a speech bubble. And I can type into that speech bubble anything I'd like. Watch this carefully. Change the font and the color, what's in behind. I'm going to hit apply. So now when my video plays, that bubble will show up. Those are annotations. Now in your settings, when you're watching a video, those are those types of things we can turn on and off. I can make it larger. I can move it around. It's kind of neat. I can change where this, like that. So it's kind of neat. Then my subtitles, what language is used most in the video. I'm going to choose English. I'm going to hit set language. I really don't have any language in this, but I can add new subtitles if I want to, if there's voice in there, which is kind of nice. Okay, so that's just in your video manager. There's a lot there, a lot. Okay, so that's uploading and creating the content. It's not too difficult to do. It's pretty simple. But let's take a look at something underneath here. I'm in my Upload and Creator Studio and Video Manager, is the privacy settings here. Kind of skipped over Google Hangouts and YouTube Live, but I'll get to that in a minute. Underneath the video itself, when we're working with it, there are some things that we need to make sure we tell it. We can describe it, we can put tags in it, we can add it to a playlist right here, we can add a message to it. This one right here, public, unlisted, or private. We got to make sure that we pick the right one. Public is anyone can see it and search for it. Unlisted is it's kind of public, but it's not listed. Nobody can really search for it, but it's out there if you send the link to somebody. And private is it can't be searched and found. The only way it can be shared is through private. Now, people always ask me the difference between a video, whether it's unlisted or private. I tell them the best thing to do is to keep it unlisted so that nobody can search for it, especially if it's a educational video, but you won't have any problems sharing it. There's no kind of special permissions that you have to do. So that's that. If you click on translations, that's if you have ESL kids, you can use that to translate it into certain different languages for them. These advanced settings here, there's a lot of important ones here. Now, when I'm going back to my thing here, your basic information, these advanced settings is what I'm looking at. And then I kind of jumped ahead and did some of the fun stuff already. That's what happens when you do something live. I would suggest any video you post that's for your kids, turn this off. Allow comments should be turned off. I would also leave ratings off. Click that off. It's whether or not you want to let people embed your video onto their website. It's really up to you. There's other things, 3D, probably not there. Content declaration, I doubt you need that. And then you want to make sure you pick the right category so that if someone's searching for it, they would be able to find it. I'm going to turn off this. There's the caption certification if you really want to make it nice. I don't think you have to worry about that, especially as a teacher just uploading a video. Hit save, and I'm good to go. And there it is. There's my URL for it. It's over here as well. I can link to that. Tells me how many likes and things that I've had and such. Okay, so that's the basic tasks. Now, another feature that I put in blue here, which is actually how I'm teaching this to you tonight, is called YouTube Live. Google Hangouts used to have something called Google Hangouts on Air, which allows you to record exactly what I'm doing right now, record your video. It's now being switched over since September to something called YouTube Live. So in your Creator Studio, there is a live streaming area here. I'm not going to get into these other things here, but I'm going to get into the live streaming area. Okay. When I click on that live streaming, there is something new called Stream Now Beta. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to go into events. And when I click on this new live event, you can see this is live right now as I'm doing this. If I click on that new live event, it will allow me to create a Hangout. Another box will pop up, and I'm going to show you that box. It's going to look a little crazy because it's my video screen here. So I'm going to show you this little box right here. Okay. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a minute here. And I'm going to turn my video camera on. And there's me actually talking to you. And you can see this box looks like a Google Hangout. And this is kind of how it would look. I'm screen sharing what I'm doing on screen with you. So I'm going to hit this little screen share button. And there's some things I can add over here to this. I can add apps to this. One of the things I added was a screen share. So when I click on that, I can pick which one I want shared, my entire screen. It looks like that only because I'm screen sharing. I'll present it to everybody, and I'm going to minimize that and go back to our screen. Okay. So that's the basics of making a new live event. Easiest way to create a video and upload it on your YouTube channel and then share that link. This is exactly how I'm teaching you by using this. Okay. There's some other things over here in the Creator Studio. There's a community button. For comments, things that are spam, I don't really mess with this at all. These are your channel settings. You can see my community guidelines status is good and my copyright status is good. And there's other settings listed here as well. If I want to see analytics, how people watch my video, I don't mess with this stuff too much, but it shows you how long people usually watch these things. And there's a lot here, as you can see. There's the translations, and if I click on the create at the bottom, here's my audio library, sound effects that I can use. There's just so much, so much. But I would stick mostly to this video manager right here and live streaming, especially if you're new to YouTube. And again, the title of the course is You Thought You Knew YouTube, so you probably did not know that there was that much stuff in regards to YouTube. And whew, that is a lot, a ton. So to sum up here, possible ways you might use YouTube and these things I've showed you in your classroom. Videos are great for starting a discussion. There's a ton of instructional stuff that's for free. But as always, make sure that you watch videos in their entirety before you show them to your kids, because of annotations and the pop-ups and the cards. There are a lot of things that can pop up. Sometimes voices pop up. People do voiceovers. You know, you're 30 minutes into a video and you think it's fine, then all of a sudden somebody starts swearing on it. So you want to watch it from start to finish. You can do flip lessons where you send kids home to watch videos and instruct themselves. Replacement videos. There's a lot on YouTube that now you can use that replaces a lot of the stuff that maybe you've used over the years, and most of us have access to it and have streaming computers that can stream YouTube to a projector that kids can see it. You can do your own screencasts like I'm doing right now. Can create movie trailers and commercials with kids. You can clipify your classroom. Why play the whole video if you really don't need to? And I showed you kind of tube chop and how to do that. There's not enough time in your classrooms for everything, and enrichment is probably the biggest way that I used YouTube when I was in the classroom. And there's more and more and more and more, especially if you use Google Classroom. Putting links to YouTube videos can be imported pretty simply there. So also I have in this presentation that you'll get a link to my M-Files page for my teaching classes, and You Thought You Knew YouTube is there. I have this presentation there that you can take a peek at. I'm going to link it into the doc that you all have that lists what it is that you had to do for the course. And then down here I have a Symbaloo with some links to different YouTube videos and playlists that are pretty good. If you think of any and you'd like to add some, that'd be great. If it happens to be part of your assignment, great. If it's not, please send them to me because they're kind of neat to go to. You just simply click on a tile. It'll take you to YouTube and it'll take you to that channel that's there, which is kind of nice. And all I did was just copy this URL up here for that channel, which makes it kind of neat. So that's all I have for you on You Thought You Knew YouTube. If you have any questions, there will be a link in your doc to a help document as you're creating the assignments. Please feel free to ask away, and I have a link on the document to notify me via email that you've asked a question. So hopefully this was informative and helped you out. I know it's a lot, especially all at once. So feel free to ask as many questions as you need via that doc. Let me get back to my screen. I'm going to stop my broadcast and hope to see you all very soon. Thank you.